Okay, so we now have 207 stitches across our joined needles. We started at the point and it grew and grew and grew and grew. So now we need to start decreasing. And the way you do that, you're going to start by knitting 2 stitches, just like we've been doing. 1, 2. The next 2 stitches on the left needle, you're gonna knit together. So you're gonna go behind and in to pick up 2 and pull both of them off. So you've decreased 1 stitch. Okay, so that's 3. You're gonna yarn over like we've been doing for your 4th stitch, and you're gonna knit the next 2 together. So you're gonna end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches, and you knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, and then you knit across. Okay, so here we are at the end of the row. You turn your work, and again, you knit 2, 1, 2, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together again, and then keep on knitting. And you follow that pattern until you only have 5 stitches left on your needle. So we end it just the exact same way we started it. And you'll notice after about, I don't know, the 7th or 8th decrease, you'll start seeing the corner start to form where it's gonna start going down in a diagonal, okay? So I know there are some people that knit much quicker than me, so I'm gonna show you how to bind off. So once you get 5 stitches left on your needle, 3, 4, 5, we're gonna pretend this is it, okay? Because I'm not to the point that I need to do this yet, but some of y'all are. So we're pretending here. These are the last 5 stitches on my work. So these last 5 stitches, there's no yarn overs, there's no knitting them together. You have to do what's called casting off, and that's how you end your work. So you go in, the first one you're just gonna knit just like normal and pull it off. The second one you knit just like normal and pull it off. Now here's where it gets different. You take your left needle, forget the one that you just did, and you put your left needle in the front of that first stitch, and you're gonna bring it over, and you kind of have to tighten this thread up. You bring it over and around to leave only that last stitch on that needle, okay? Then you knit the next one, slide it to the right needle, take the one that's in the back, bring it over so that there's only 1 stitch, and it's always the newest stitch that's left on the needle. Knit, go to the last stitch, and you kind of have to stretch it. Pull this one tight, and I always put my finger here to keep that one from sliding off. And it makes this little finished edge right here. Knit. Slide it off. And I'm gonna do a few more. You only have to do 5, which is really good. When you do something big that requires you to do a whole lot of them, it's a little nerve-wracking and can get a little tension. Okay, I'm gonna talk it one more time. Knit, go to the one that's closest to your hands, pull it over and and keep the new one on. Okay, so when you've, let's say all 5 of those are gone, there's nothing else on that needle, you still have this 1 stitch. So how do you get that off? Okay, pull it to where you have a big loop, get rid of your needle, and then you're going to cut your yarn. And I always leave a big tail, okay? You cut your yarn, big tail, put it back through, pull it tight. And that ties it off. Nice and neat, finished, okay? Now, we've got to do something with. Don't cut it right here. If you cut it right here, then that's gonna come undone and your whole piece is gonna unravel and you're gonna be so very sad. And we do not want that to be the case. So, what you want to do, because we've got one end here, and if you didn't add any more yarn, you're only gonna have those 2 pieces to weave in. So to weave in these ends, I take one of these blue plastic needles because I'm an art teacher and I have these all over my classroom, which now my classroom is at home. Don't try to thread the end because it'll just come undone. Bend it, push it through the eye of the needle. Wow. Push it through the eye of the needle. And what you want to do is you want to weave it through some of this pattern kind of in a serpentine. And you're just kind of hiding the end of this. So I'm going to go in and I go ahead and pull it all the way through. Don't pull tight. And you want to go back. And kind of go back and forth so that if it gets washed, it's not going to unravel itself. You don't want to take any big stitches anywhere because you want it to kind of blend in. But you also don't want to go in the same direction twice. You want it to go back and forth, make it difficult for it to untie or to unwind. And once you think that you've gotten a good bit, I always try to go back under where I've gone to kind of secure it. Then you can cut it right up close. And it just kind of disappears. And that's how you weave in your ends. Thank y'all for watching.